Designs here. I want to tell you a little bit about this next clip that I'm going to put on here. It's a series of pictures of me clearing the lot where my house is going to be sitting, and it's just pictures. Like I said earlier, my original plan was just to do this and document with pictures and everything, and then later on I decided to start videoing. So not very much video right now as far as the actual work happening. So what you're seeing is just the pictures of the after work, basically. Some of it in progress, but of the lot getting cleared, and I'll have an explanation picture to picture and try to explain what each picture is and as I go along. So just bear with me, and eventually we'll get to the videos. This is just one of those things that's kind of a afterthought, but I wanted to make sure that we saw everything building up to the point where I'm at now. So trying to document this, and hopefully you enjoy the pictures and see the progress happening as it goes. So please like and subscribe to Danny Designs and D Squared. Okay, thank you. Bye. Hi, Danny Designs here. I'm going to go through the explanation of these pictures that you're going to see, and you'll see a series of pictures throughout the next couple of videos. So just bear with me on Danny Designs, and this is a picture right there of the big tree on the lot. There's two of them that I couldn't get down with the dozer. So it took me a while to finally get this thing cleared off, but that's the original pictures of the trees that I could not knock over with the dozer after I cleared that lot. That's looking back towards the east on that same lot there. My driveway, again, the bulldozer was able to get a lot done. I was able to fill most of it in there. When I would go away, I'd come back and the grass would be grown up, these bushes and stuff, so we'd have to brush hog it down so that we could get back there to do the work. So that's what's happening right here. You're seeing that's looking north up my driveway. My parents had a dog kennel sitting there, so that's what that is on the right hand side. So again, had to brush hog that down. There I am with that big tree that I couldn't get down, and there I finally got it down with the chainsaw. You see there how thick it is, and the dozer wouldn't push it over, and you'll see later on in these pictures why that dozer wouldn't push it over. But there was two there that I couldn't get down, so I ended up cutting up with the chainsaw, and finally, I won that battle. My parents right there, I'm helping clear the brush. Each time I'd come back in the summer, and we'd have to brush hog and clear more weeds and brush out of the way, and so we could get in there and do the work that I wanted to do, and they helped. And there's that little Ford tractor we had, and it's sitting there, and you see the logs that when I finally got the tree all cut up and everything, sitting on the side there, and I used that big log and kind of created something you'll see later on. Get it all brush hogged down, cleared, so that I can put some stakes where other stumps were, and get those stumps dug out. And you can see again the log over there to the side, and you just right here are just pictures of finally getting it all knocked down as far as the grass. And that's a big pile of the brush that I pushed off that lot over into a big pile right there. You'll see later on what I end up doing with that, but just pictures right there. That's looking towards the west where my house is going to be sitting on that lot up there. You still see that stump sitting there. Wasn't able to do anything with that for a while, but got it cleared off, and there's a bunch of stumps up in there that I had to get out of there, and part of my design was to get it cleared off a step at a time. Sometimes I was able to come back here and work 3 weeks, sometimes it was 4 weeks, sometimes I could come back during Christmas break and spend a week and do some work, because I was still working, wasn't retired yet. But that little Ford tractor did a lot of work for us. We just worked it and don't have it anymore. But you see the stobs there sticking up where some of these other stumps were. Then we marked them so we wouldn't run our brush hog over them and tear our brush hog up. So that's what you see right in there. It wasn't really marking anything except for the stumps. there's a big stump right there with a visitor. He wasn't scared. I got closer and closer to him, and he just hung on and tried to stare me down, and he just stayed there, and I let him go about his business. He had fun on my stumps. So I had those things. I use them as little benches or whatever, little seats. And this was something I did for fun. I just used a big part of that tree and made a bench out of it, and it's still, 4 years later, or this was the video started in, I believe it was 2014 through 2016 is what you're going to see pictures of here as far as the lot goes. There's the bench. I'm on the bench right there, and I'm sweating like crazy. But there's my mom. She came back and helped, just watching and helping do a lot of other work. So this was just for fun. I try not to just work. I try to get some fun stuff done too. And this was fun for me. This was a failed project of mine. I tried to keep the logs up off the ground so they'd be easier to cut and maybe wouldn't rot and this stuff. Well, first big rain and wind, that thing fell over, so it didn't work. But that's okay. It was still kind of a cool thing to do. There's my mom just checking the lot out. This was taken during the winter, I believe, of 15. When I got back, and there's our flatbed dump truck, little pickup. It has a lift bed on it that we would put some trash on or brush and haul over to where the burn pit area was gonna be. And my mom using that tractor right there, dragging them off, and I'm picking up the firewood that I had cut up off that tree, put it up on that flatbed. So try to use it all, but couldn't use it all. There's some stumps right there where my barn's going to go, and I end up having to dig those out too. You'll see those pictures coming up here. Again, just marking everything. There's my dad checking the lot out, probably looking for stumps and finding stuff that we couldn't do. This is December when I was back here for Christmas break. At the end, like you just saw, the trees were dying in those other videos, and this was the last day or two I was here. Had to go back to California to go to work, but it snowed the day or two before I left, so went back there and took some pictures of the snow on my lot, which is kind of cool. You see that stump still sitting there, but it's just kind of cool to see the snow and everything on my lot, and get those pictures as it's happening. There I am, playing, having fun. The part of California I lived in is in the desert, so no snow, very little snow. So I enjoy playing in the snow, and I grew up in it first 23 years or so, and then I was away from it for the next 30 something. There's a deer print there that was visiting. This is the backhoe that I rented. You saw in the earlier video. It rented that summer of 2016, I believe it was. 2016, to dig these stumps out. There's that stump. Look at the root system and everything on that thing. That's why that big old D9 dozer wouldn't push it over. It was deep, and well rooted, and it took me a while to dig that one out. And there was two of those big ones up here on this lot, so it took me a while to dig it out. And finally got them out, filled the hole in, and I was able to also dig the fire pits. To put that brush in, and there's that second log or stump, and it took a while to get them out, but we won. That's another success. You have your successes, then you have your temporary failures until you create a new design so that you will succeed. And that's what happened here. Is I was able to use that backhoe to put my tin horns in, dig these stumps out, dig the burn pits. Got a lot done. This is a pond that's been on the property since before we owned it. 55, 60 years ago, and I was digging out some of the shallow ends there. List of my favorite pictures of all time with the moon there looking towards the east. Just really love that shot. That tree is still here, and I'm doing the best I can with these videos and these pictures, so stick with me. This is Danny Designs, D squared, the D squared Danny Designs. Like and subscribe, please, and I appreciate your time. Thank you, and keep watching, and send some suggestions. Thank you.